Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you had a really great day trading today. So today was Monday, April 28th, and we did have a very flat day today, but we did have a pretty good intraday swing. This is SPY. We're on the 30-minute time frame, and we actually opened SPY up. You could see the wick that went into this bear gap, and we did get rejected there, and we dropped down to the 35 EMA, bounced right there, and took it right back to the middle to close almost completely flat. Technically, it was a beautiful day. The 30-minute 35 EMA was the only level within our implied move. The 1 hour 200 moving average was just a little bit underneath it. So it did hold us up as support on the drop, brought us back right up to that down gap. So SPX, same thing over here. We did open with the wick that tried to get into this gap and got pushed out, dropped back down to the 35 EMA, and swung back up to close almost completely flat on the day. We did open with a red signal line, and that signal line led us lower to the 35 EMA, and then we bounced back up. SPY closed up 0.04% today, SPX up 0.06%, VIX also up 1.29%, and we did trade completely within the implied move today. So options did a really great job of choosing the spread today. So if you did 54.55, 54.30, that would have paid 100%. I did suggest to get a little bit further out just because the 30-day average volatility is so much wider, but that did end up actually being a little bit too far out. And same thing in SPY. I did suggest the spread down here further out, 538, 536, and actually I had 541, 538, but that was from last week. I had those spreads on. Those closed up 100% for me, but today, intraday, that didn't have a whole lot of premium, but 543, 541 was an awesome choice. If you did start to see that bounce and want to get into something, this was a great spread. All right, and QQQ, we had a very similar day over here. We did open with the wick that went into this gap and pushed out down to the 35 EMA, and we bounced and brought it right back to close flat down 0.03%. So again, here we had the bottom of the implied move at 465. That 35 EMA was right there. It was the only level within our trading range, and that was a pretty decent move. It doesn't look like it, but that was a 1.5% move down to get to that 35 EMA, and then we bounced there and took it back up just underneath this down gap. And here you can see we're just underneath the 50-day moving average. That's definitely a big level as well. Here we also did start with a red signal line on the day, which did drop us down to the 35 EMA, and then we did bounce there. So QQQ down 0.03%, VXN up 0.6%, and we did stay completely within the implied move here today. IWM, we did open up here today. We opened up and took it into this down gap a little bit, got pushed out, and here we also dropped down to the 35 EMA. This is why it's always so important to know where your 35 EMA is. It's such a consistent support or resistance, and it's a level we come back to all the time. So 35 EMA caught us. We also had the 1 hour 200 moving average there. The momentum is still down here. That is definitely a conflicting signal, but we did get a bounce on those two levels and we brought it back up. IWM had the biggest up day, up 0.42%, RVX down 3.25%, and we did trade completely within the implied move here today. So 35 EMA here today across the board has definitely started the week giving us some support. And then DIA, we did open here up as well, little gap up here, and then we dropped back down to the 35 EMA, and we did close green here as well, just short of the 1 hour 200 moving average. DIA did close up 0.31%, and we did stay completely within the implied move here today. So good stuff. Let me know how you guys did in the comments below. Let me know if you guys caught that 35 EMA catching us today across the board. And coming up next is the members only pre-market video. If you haven't joined yet, consider becoming a member. We cover the next day's trading range and all the key levels you'll want to have on your radar. So all of this right here, this is from this morning's pre-market video. And the other great thing about becoming a member is you get a link to all of these charts, SPY, SPX, QQQ, IWM, and DIA. And you get a link so that you can populate this chart onto your chart in TradingView and trade right off of it. So members, I will see you there in pre-market, and everyone else, I will see you tomorrow night. Have fun, trade safe, make sure you take profits when you're up, and I will see you guys real soon.